I'm Tiffany Masimbi, and I'm the studio coordinator at ArtMaker's Place. ArtMaker's Place is ran through the Wyandotte Center, which is Wyandotte County's mental behavioral health center. And ArtMaker's Place is an art therapy studio and gallery for adults living with mental illness. All of our clients are severe mental illness or severe and persistent mental illness. The funding that we get here is going to help us offset operational costs. We do have some billing, but we don't turn clients away if they're uninsured. So we are all about being accessible. We have a on-staff art therapist. We have 2 peer support, which is a big part of our programming, so peer mentoring through the arts, and then myself, and I'm the studio coordinator. And we are working on community involvement and getting our clients out into the community making art that they can see out in the public, and that is to help fight stigma. We're also, we do a lot of different things, but it's all about using art as a healing process and a transformative process for people living with mental illness, and as a way to tell them that they can do something that makes a difference. And what keeps me going is seeing them come in, and we have people from all different walks of life. We have clients who are homeless, we have clients who have master's degrees, so very wide variety. But seeing them with the trauma that they have, that they're dealing with on a daily basis, and to come in and how just the act of making or drawing totally transforms, everything about their life at that moment. And that's really powerful to see and to get to know them. And I'm going to give you a quote. We have this client who comes in, and she was a master's level music educator, and she had stress-induced seizures and lost her ability to walk, talk, communicate, make music, everything, her whole identity. And so she came to us as she was in that process of learning how to become herself again. And her quote is, "When I started coming to ArtMaker's is when I made the biggest metamorphosis. The power is in the doing. You're not just making stuff, you're learning to change your whole thought process. Coming here has given me the confidence to express myself in a positive way. I've reclaimed my identity." So on behalf of Elaine and our other 100 clients and our staff, so thank you so much for your support. It really is making a huge difference. And we get to do this really powerful work, making artwork and changing lives with it. So thank you.
And I am Therese Horvat. I work for Wyandotte Inc., which is the parent company of Wyandotte Center, which Tiffany's program ArtMaker's Place is part of. And then we have a youth agency called PACES. We have a housing agency called Kim Wilson Housing. And we also have now a 24/7 crisis stabilization center called RSI. So we serve Wyandotte County residents primarily through our programs. And I thought it would be interesting for you to know, Ken, that ArtMaker's Place actually began, we had art programs before, but we received a, help me,
unilaterally reintegration grant
from the through the National Council for Community Behavioral Health Care about, what, 4 years, 4 years ago. We got a grant. Our program placed second in national competition, and that was the seed money that started ArtMaker's Place. We have an agency that's very innovative, and even though there isn't always money to pay for services, we say, is it right to do it for the consumers and for the clients? And that's sort of how ArtMaker's Place came to be. So they have a beautiful studio right across from our administrative office. And as Tiffany said, it's a program and it's a place. And what keeps me pedaling is, for an example, last week, the adult artists completed their second mural. This one is about 6.5 by 7.5 feet. It's an outdoor garden scene, and 10 artists contributed to the painting of it, and we had an unveiling of it. And it was just heartwarming, and they're so proud of the work that they've done. They completed another mural a year or 2 ago that hangs in our homeless outreach center. So they have real ownership of what they do, and it's, as Tiffany said, it's part of their healing process. So we are appreciative that you are helping us with funding.